We are live. How goes it? Pirate's Life for you this Wednesday evening. Jesus, are you the guy that made that giant cyberpunk pyramid in the Satisfactory website? Well, there's a lot to unpack there, Samuel. I'm not Jesus, first of all. Second of all, I did make a giant cyberpunk pyramid. I did do that. But you said in the Satisfactory website. I don't know what you mean by that. If you mean on YouTube, then yes. Hey, Invisible Being, how's it going? And yo, what up, my favorite YouTuber streamer? How was the holiday and the brisket and chill? I'm excited to be here. The brisket went over very well, by the way. I was very popular. It's not a group of people that I really have spent a lot of time with. And so it was our first time going to that like family party thing because Minikin has become their daughter's like best friend, and so then we got invited, and let's just say I think I'm going to be invited back. The brisket was a hit. We ate every scrap of it. It was originally a 25-pound brisket. Of course, after the trimming and the cutting, it's not 25 pounds once it's cooked, but it turned out really well. So yeah, if you mean on YouTube, then yes, I made the cyberpunk pyramid, but I don't know what you mean about Satisfactory website. If somebody is using pictures of my pyramid, well, that'd be cool. Mark, got your first generator factory going because of me. Nice. YouTube's being very chatty today. I like it. Twitch, you guys got to get with the program here. Josh, new challenge you're doing using all uranium on a pure node map. Wish you could get a streamer to take it on. I have my own challenge brewing. 2 of them. Playing the game, playing Satisfactory with Melkor is number 1. And number 2 is my big one. Doing all difficult, max difficulty in Satisfactory Plus. Billison, welcome. Well, let's take a look at the pyramid. You don't know if it was on Satisfactory Blueprints, a calculator. You haven't played in 2 months. Yeah, I'm not sure. You gotta let it finish loading. I'm not sure. You'd have to show me. But I will show you the pyramid, and then you can tell me if that's the one that you were thinking of or not. Once we get loaded here and finished up. By the way, I do have to just like deal with something for like 2 minutes sometime in the middle of the stream. A little piece of work that I have to do. It'll only take a minute and it will be fine. I won't even have to leave or anything, but we'll deal with it when it comes. It's not a big deal. Max Satisfactory Plus is crazy. I know. If I keep glancing over to the left, it's because I'm checking on the progress of a thing I'm working on. In the Mega Prince section, you're not on my Discord, are you? I'll tell you, Max. We'll go through the plan on the stream. You're not going to be able to pass a link. Hey, Oki. Was it this? You're not gonna be able to pass a link, Sam. If you were on my Discord, you could pass it there. Yeah. Well, it's funny. You asked me about a Cyberpunk pyramid, and I happen to have one. But apparently, you were asking about a different Cyberpunk pyramid. This is huge. It takes up most of the desert. That would be one hell of a... Oh, it was this? Are you saying that my pyramid is on Satisfactory giant blueprints? Satisfactory calculator and the mega blueprints? Let's investigate. I don't remember putting it up. I spelled pyramid wrong. What's it under? That's cool. You gladly use that mega print. This is that's a cool build. I like that build. We're getting distracted. We're getting distracted. I don't know if you find it again. I don't think my pyramid is in the mega prints. If it is, then somebody else put it there without my knowledge, or I maybe forgot. Okay, so let's talk about the plan. We basically have to finish the train flooring, the train flooring. That's the big task today. Today is not going to be a super long stream. I have work in the morning. But yeah, if King sold his stuff, he'd be Roblox rich. I don't know what stuff you're talking about. Perwinkle Paladin, hi. I almost missed your chat there. Because I want to be building the pillars by Saturday or Friday. Okay, remember, there's no Star Rupture. We are streaming Satisfactory 3 days a week. All 3 streams Satisfactory until we finish this. All right, we got to do the pillars next stream. So that means we got to finish the subway and the sides. Okay. Do I have a side thing here? Finalize the edge of the city platform. Yeah, we're doing a lot of this work right now. So this task here is going to be a lot easier. Is that still too small for you guys? Here, I know Okie Sooner's blind as a bat. There. So finalize the train flooring for the subway, build the city pillars, and then, like I said, we're doing a lot of the edge work tonight. So when we get to finalizing the edge, there'll be less work for us to do. Yeah, you saw it on a YouTube short. I just put out a YouTube short. It's okay. It's all right. So this giant hole in the floor, yeah, that's what we're working on. We got the edge in here all the way around. And then this edge up here is finished, but a lot of this is unfinished on some of these other sides. There's Arasaka Tower. All right, so this is pretty close here. I'm probably gonna let these gaps go. Yeah. So I am thinking about making a change. We'll chat about it a little bit more tonight, but I am gearing up for basically another rebrand. You know, the final rebrand. I did one a year ago, and we kind of, because I was going to try to incorporate Ashes of Creation, and we all know how that turned out. So, yeah. I saw a short saying you beat the game. If you saw that short, Mikey, that short wasn't me beating the game. It was turning on Phase 4 Factory. That short is behind. Now the VODs are obviously the VODs are live, right? The shorts production, if you've watched any shorts from me, they're all from like 4 months ago. We're trying to catch up. Minikin and I are working hard. Blueprints and builds, King. Yeah. Well, speaking of the rebrand, like I was talking about, I'm also going to redo the memberships. So Patreon memberships and YouTube memberships and Twitch subs. I'm going to be doing more. I'm not going to put blueprints behind. Wait. What is this? Oh my God, that scared me. I saw this sign working and I forgot that I fixed them. But the rest of the signs are still broken. And this is where I'm going with this, okay? There's a method to my madness of why I'm talking about this. A big change is coming, all right? I'm doing the rebrand, and I am going to add more perks for members. And I'm going to start, not pushing it, but just like, we're going to have more perks for members. I basically have done nothing for members. Anybody who's supported me as a member has gotten basically shit. And I'm going to change that. One of the things, I don't know everything that I'm going to do. There's going to be some sort of a fix my factory that I've always planned on doing and I never did. We're going to do something like that, for the more expensive members. And we are going to do a members only stream 2-ish times a month, on a Tuesday. Okay, it will not take from the regular streams. I stream Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. I'm going to add a members only stream Tuesday nights that I will do whatever the hell I want to do. Okay. Hey, Abby. All right. One of them, and the first one that I'm going to do is we're going to hang out and I'm going to start fixing these signs. Okay. It's going to be boring. But it is going to be a members only stream, and because I have to fix these signs and I don't want to do it in a regular stream. So that's going to be a thing. All right. Just, I'm letting everybody know that's going to be a thing. All right. Yes, I will have a stripper pole in the members only streams. It is going to be my kin only factories. Okay. Only factories. My OF account only. In the future, what I'm going to do is these games that I want to play that don't really fit on my channel, I'm going to play them in the members only streams. Anything that I want to do, something like Expedition 33, instead of being played on my channel. Billison just resubscribed for 4 months. Thank you. I'm gonna do it on a Tuesday night. All right, like screwing around with Stellaris, or if there's a game like Megabunk that I want to play, or just whatever. That's what's gonna happen on Tuesday nights. It's gonna be outside of the regular stream stuff, and I'm just gonna like not worry about shit. I'm not gonna like stress. I'm just gonna get on, and you know, we're gonna hang out. That's the plan. Okay. The first one I'm gonna do is fixing these damn signs, and maybe even we need 2 streams of that. So anyway, that's coming. I just want to let everybody know that I'm not taking any existing content and moving it behind a paywall or anything like that. I'm just gonna try to do something a little extra. That's all. Okay. Let me catch up. Just joined Kinstruction. How's it going? We're just getting started. We are literally just getting started. And I'm trying to wrap my mind around so many things that are happening. There's lots of changes coming, guys. I'm making, shall we say, a serious push on this channel. It's already begun. You guys have noticed the shorts coming out. I put out a short video, actually not a short, but like a 3-minute clip, and more of that is coming. And the new series, the Satisfactory Plus series, is coming. Those are gonna have weekly edited videos so that you guys can watch them without watching the VODs. All of that's coming. You're still looking for members from the community. How about with the signs? Well, Captain Obvious, I don't know. I thought about it, and it just seems like a lot of trouble. I really appreciate people offering, but I think I'm just going to do it in the members only stream and like just get it done. I think I'm going to do it next Tuesday. So like a week from yesterday. So what are we doing now? Well, we've got to fix this edge. This edge is screwed up, and it never got finalized. Why is the music so quiet? I guess it's just slowly fading out. So that's the first step, is fixing this edge. And I want to make it match this one over here. Yeah. I just, basically my YouTube memberships have just been, thanks for helping, and I don't really do much. I did have blueprints kind of locked behind the memberships, and I ended up making them public for everybody. And that was pretty much the only thing that I had that were member only. And now I'm gonna add the streams and some other things too. I don't have it fully planned out yet. Yeah, see, this edge is not finished. We'll have to do that. Okay, so what are we doing here? What is the difference? We run this. Fixing this indentation is going to be the hardest part. So I want to do it first while my brain is braining. I had a long ass work day, you guys. As I work for Twitch viewers, there is a subscriber only option on Twitch as well. So I will be live on both YouTube and Twitch. YouTube will be members only. Twitch will be subs only. The people who really get screwed are Patreon supporters. So maybe what I'll do is I'll re-upload the VOD directly to Patreon. I don't know exactly how that works, but those are the people that actually get screwed. Twitch is good. Memberships are good. Patreon's is weird. Okay, so I'm still working on that. 5. So this goes in 5. And then it goes up. Let's get some light. So it goes out 7 and 5. And that links in right. The last one. All right, let's see if I can mirror this. No, it's not too personal. And if you do ask me a question that is too personal, I won't get mad about it. I overshare. I'll just tell you that I'm not going to tell you that. But that isn't one of them. What is my job? I am not an engineer. I maybe could have been an engineer, perhaps in another life. Maybe I should have been an engineer, but I am not. I am I got a economics degree, and I am a consultant. I was signed up for, or I was part of a computer engineering major. And then I decided that I did not want to do that anymore. I had a bad teacher and I had a hard time. Computer engineering was like supposed to be like 50-50 hardware, software. And the hardware was going great. I really liked assembly language, actually. And remember, this is 20 years ago, right? Can we go out 7? Where's 7? There's 7. Then 4 more. That's the cut. All right, so this is not going to be exact, and that's okay. Basically, I hit Java, and I kind of had a meltdown. I couldn't do it. And in retrospect, right, hindsight, I should have like stuck with it. But I was really enjoying economics, and frankly, there was a certain point where I was taking economics classes as an aside. To make sure that I got enough like credits to every semester so I could keep my grants. And I realized that I was closer to a damn economics degree than I was the hardware and software degree. If I'd have learned like Python instead, I probably would have been a programmer. With everything that's happening with AI, you know, I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. It is what it is. But what would have really been interesting, and what I kind of wished that I had been more into, is mechanical engineering. I think I would have done a lot better with that. Yeah, Java, I know, and I didn't know at the time, right? I didn't know because I didn't have any experience, right? Like I said, I really enjoyed assembly language. I mean, and this is what, 2004, 2005, 2006, right? So JavaScript was huge, but it didn't really turn out that way. You think you should do some art with oranges? Mikey, for saying how much you forget things, it's amazing you remember that. I am not showing that on the channel. Because you're majoring in electric and computer engineering, and some of the only players at Satisfactory or Factorio are all engineers. Nice. Yeah. I am exercising the part of my brain that never got to live. I don't know what I'm going to do with this, you guys. Should I just take this corner back this way? This is what I'm leaning on. I don't think we can do a mirror like I was thinking. You just match this. And then each side. That's... I don't think that's sharp enough. What if we match this? That's better. All right, let's match that. Max, that's what I did for work too. I just saw that. Skibidi, you told me to hit the stream. Here I am. Hey, do you have any? Did I say join if you have questions? I'm not gonna say your full name. I can't do that. We'll call you. I'll call you Skib. Abby, you're a programmer and you understand all the language. Even I don't like Java. Yeah, I like I said, looking back, I wished I'd have stuck with it a little bit more. But the thing is, at the time, there's all these, frankly, Asian kids that were beating the shit out of me in terms of like programming. And I was like, I'm bad at this. I don't understand, and I suffered from kind of a problem that, is possible for people to have, and that is, especially younger. I basically, I don't know, how do I say this without being an absolute dickhead? I don't know if it's possible. Growing up and in high school and whatever, I basically, anything I wanted to do was basically easy. I mean, relatively speaking, right? And so I had built up in my mind that if I'm going to, that I should be good at it if I'm going to do it. And that's wrong, right? Because then you lose out on things that are challenging you. And I've since, of course, learned that, right? But it was a problem. And I come across this thing in college and I'm like, this is hard and I should be good at this, and I kind of talked myself into saying that I shouldn't do it, basically, right? That's basically all there is to it. Ooh, that's better. And that's fine. It is what it is. I've been able to make a living with my economics degree. I've owned my own businesses. I don't really have regrets. Well, I do, but I don't have a regret for that. If I did have a regret, it was that I wish I'd been exposed and kind of thought about mechanical or civil engineering more than I did, because I didn't really consider it at all. Like, I wanted to do computers, right? And that was like my thing, and so that was where my focus was. Because I had all of the parts for the engineering. It didn't have to be computer engineering, right? It could have been something else. So I would say if I had a regret, it'd be more of that. Or just buckle down and get the damn business degree, right? Instead of just like the half-assed economics degree. I did have a focus. Ooh, that looks slick. I did have a focus in econometrics, but there you go. let's see. Could you repeat the days that you stream for normal subscribers? It's my first stream, but I got to go to sleep. But I like to hop in sometimes in the future. You talked about having a Discord. I do have a Discord. So VODs are on YouTube. You can watch them anytime you want. All right. If you're on YouTube, you just go to my channel and you can find every live stream I've ever done. Okay. And you watch it on it's video on demand. You watch it when you want to. You could watch how every minute of me building this, it's all on YouTube, all 1,300 hours. And the 800 or 900 hours in my prior playthrough is all on YouTube. I have 1,000 videos on YouTube, and most of them are 8 hours long. All right. So that is how you would watch this. You could just watch it afterwards. Twitch does not keep VODs that long, but YouTube absolutely does. Waiting for HAL 9000. Yeah. Skib. I do have a question. I'm at phase 2. What is your tip for me to do first? Shit. What's phase 2 again? Ain't nobody got time for that. Phase 2. So hopefully that answers your question, Sam. But Killer Rain is correct. If you go to Discord and you select Satisfactory, you will get notifications when I go live. There's also a schedule on my Discord that tells you when I'm going to stream in your time zone. Militia, is that Militian? I was watching your early YouTube VODs on this playthrough when I got this game. It's so wholesome watching your vision come to fruition. This has been a 2-year project, you guys. In September, it'll be 2 years. And it's coming together. Let's take a look at phase 1 here, or phase 2 here. Tiers 5 and 6. Oil. Oh wait, that's phase 3. Coal. Well, you just work through it, right? You have to get coal up and running, get your coal power, start learning how to use blueprints. You're not going to have Mark III belts for very long. Use them where you need them, but expect to upgrade them to Mark IV. You're going to have Mark IV belts for quite a while. Okay. And then you'll have Mark V belts forever. Okay. So get your Mark III belts, use them where you need them, but don't do a full upgrade everywhere. Kind of wait till 4 for that. It's steel. Phase 2 is steel and coal. All right. So just get your steel plant up and running. Make sure you're making plenty of steel pipes. Also, do not forget alternate recipes. Let me show you guys my favorite alternate recipes. Here, let's do it this way. Let's look at alternate recipes. Do not sleep on alternate recipes, okay? Let's do a fresh. I don't want to mess up mine. All right, what are my favorite alternate recipes? Are you gonna load, sucker? There we go. What are my favorites? Can I zoom in here? No, I mean a little, I guess. Well, this is for aluminum. All-clad casing. I love that one for aluminum. I do not do cast screws. I pull screws out completely. I'll tell you about the blueprints in a sec. All right, so I don't do any screws at all. You can use alternate recipes and completely remove the need for screws whatsoever. If you're gonna do screws, then build them with an alternate recipe. I like the Caterium computer. I actually like the Caterium circuit board as well. I like Caterium wire. Let's see. Coated cable. I've used this. No, not that one. I don't like that one. It uses heavy oil residue. Coated iron plate. I've used that once you get plastic. What else? What else do I like? I've used this one. There's 2 alloy ingots. I like them both. This is the copper version. These two, there are 4 must-have blue recipes. You can use one or either or both of these. You get diluted packaged fuel in a refinery. You get diluted fuel in a blender. They are both extremely important. You can use one or the other, but they basically do the same thing. They 2x your heavy oil residue into fuel. See, look, 1 to 2. Can you guys see that? There, that's better. 1 to 2, and this one is 5 to 10. Okay, it's very important. These are both very, very, very good. Okay, do not sleep on these. Now, they're not for you on phase 2. Okay, but this is looking forward. And yeah, Oki, there's a companion one that goes with it. How you actually get the heavy oil residue, I'll show you that in a second. We'll get there. What else do I like? This one. This is one of my most favorite ones. Okay, encased industrial pipe. You get beams from steel pipe instead of the normal way. I really like this. Let's see. I've actually never used either of those. A heat exchanger I've used, but that's really early. Heavy encased frame. This is one of the big 4. Okay. Look, no screws. Okay. The screws for heavy modular frames are really bad. If you compare this recipe to the default recipe, it is not even close. It is so much better. So heavy encased frames are a must-have for me. And then here's the other one, heavy oil residue. 3 crude oil gets you 4 heavy oil residue. Okay, and then you use this heavy oil residue up here to get your fuel. Okay, these 4, heavy encased frames, heavy oil residue, and diluted fuel and diluted packaged fuel. Those are the 4 most important alternate recipes in the game, in my opinion. I don't play without them. I literally do not build any of the default recipes there. Aluminum is also the aluminum alternate recipes are also ones I never not use. These are both good. I like these. Molded steel pipe and molded beams. Nitro rocket fuel. Look what it uses. It uses fuel. And I just told you how to get really good fuel, didn't I? Right, so now you've got a full ass production pipeline, all with alternates. Oil to heavy oil to fuel, fuel to rocket fuel. And that right there is my rocket fuel factory. that's sitting right there. That's the design. Let's take a quick look at the actual design of it. That's not that one. Crude oil goes in, heavy oil residue. It makes heavy oil residue. This comes up. I have the blender version of diluted fuel. It makes a shit ton of fuel. Most of the fuel, well, I'm actually splitting it. Some are going to my rubber and plastic. By the way, these are two more alternate recipes. Recycled rubber, recycled plastic. That the rest of the fuel comes up here to another alternate recipe, nitro rocket fuel. Is every recipe in here? Every recipe is alternate except for this poor boy, residual rubber. Every other recipe is an alternate recipe. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 6. It's actually a pretty simple setup. This interaction's a little bit kind of weird, but all right, let's finish off the alternate recipe walkthrough here. Let's see what else is good. Pure aluminum ingot is a must for me. I always do aluminum that way. I don't really do any of these other ones, these other pures. Radio control system. I've used this before for radio control units. Here's the recycled rubber, recycled plastic I just showed you. I have used rubber concrete. I like it because I had a bunch of extra rubber. Sloppy alumina. This goes with the other aluminum ones that I've pointed out. Solid steel ingot. This is one at phase 2 that you should really look for. Okay. This one's really, really nice. I try to do my phase 2 with solid steel ingot. I've done that one. It's okay. I've done steel rods. It's fine as well. This is the steel screws. If you're going to do screws, do this one. Steeled frames. This is how you get modular frames without screws. Reinforced iron plate and steel pipe. And then stitched iron plate goes with the steeled frame, because now you get reinforced iron plate without screws, and then you feed that reinforced iron plate into the steeled frame, and you get steel pipe, and now you get modular frames, all without screws. You combine that with the other heavy modular frame alternate that I talked about a minute ago, and you're at 0 screws. It's those three work together so that you don't have to do any screws at all. Why make an entire, if you can cut an entire item out of the production chain, just do it. One less thing to worry about. What else? Wet concrete is a pretty classic one. I actually don't use it, but a lot of people like it. Okay, there's your alternate recipe run through. Is there something I have not used? There's a bunch of stuff in here I don't use. That I don't know, I just haven't used them. I haven't found a reason for them. They're probably really good, I just haven't used them. All right, let me catch back up on chat. When using blueprints, I get confused on what to build. Do I just add the machines and belts, or do I add foundations and the walls? You can do both. You can do anything with blueprints. What are some blueprints? I'll show you as soon as this autosave finishes. Everything I have is blueprinted. I mean, everything. This is a blueprint, right? This piece of road is a blueprint. This island, gas station island, I made that a blueprint. This entire gas station pump is a blueprint. This sign is a blueprint. Okay, again, road, blueprint. Even some of these tracks are blueprints. I have blueprints that I made this building out of blueprints. Those are blueprints. Anything that highlights red when I have the blueprint delete mode on is a blueprint, right? Look, lit roof section. I made this entire thing a blueprint. I mean, I do it for everything. That's a blueprint, right? So that I could put the little things down there. Those are blueprints. These 2-lane intersections that I made for trucks, the little change lanes. That's a blueprint. These right here, floating lights, that's a blueprint. You do anything and everything. There's no anything that you're going to build more than once, make a blueprint. The sides of these walls are blueprints. Okay, anything you're going to make more than once, just make a blueprint. Where would you start when first getting into blueprints? Start with the thing that irritates you the most. Okay, you can make little, look, I made this blueprint right here. It's very simple, right? It's just the machine. I mean, forget the lights, right? You can put lights if you want, but it's the machine. It's a belt going out into a merger, and it's a splitter with a belt going in. And I can just take these, okay, and I can just bang them out, right? Line them up next to each other. And then I can connect them really easily like this. Right, now it's connected, done. Right, and then if I want to, I could put this, and now I've got a catwalk. Oh, and by the way, these we don't have to do anymore because we have the brand new daisy chaining, new out just a few weeks ago. So you don't have to do this anymore. This is a workaround pre-daisy chain, building these floating wall outlets, because I would connect those. Now you don't need them. You can connect directly. So there's an easy place to start for a blueprint. Anything that you're going to do more than once and that you're tired of doing over and over and over again. Blueprints also have auto connect on belts now, so you can experiment with that and you won't even have to do the belts. I mean, that means Ken has a blueprint of Melkor? I don't think so. Or T, screw those screws. Agreed. Yeah, stitched iron plates for getting rid of screws. 100%. All right, let's get rid of this. All right, there's our viewer question answering for at least a little while. The only thing I'm worried about is when I start a blueprint, it's going to be useless next phase. Well, sure. Look how many blueprints I have. Some of them are universal, but very few are. Most of them I build for the job. And when the factory's done, and they're done. Then I have all these that are just sitting in my undefined folders. Like I made these. I mean, I have. These are blueprints that were designed specifically for one factory. Not just, they're not obsolete when I'm done with the phase. These are for one factory only. There's some auto connect stuff there. This is an actual module, right? This one makes copper powder. Okay, copper ore goes in, water goes in, gets put on all three of these. Copper, ore, and water, they make a shit ton of copper, a lot of copper. That copper goes into here, 150 per minute, gets made to 25 copper powder per minute. And I just stack them. I have 2 full buildings of this. Both of these buildings over here, the teal ones, are full of those. Don't worry about it. Blueprints are cheap, man. Get in there and make them. Don't overthink it. Just make your blueprints. And, you know, let them die when they die. It's okay. We actually need to build this out. Because you're going to be constantly refining them anyway. So who cares? And there's definitely a art and a skill to using blueprints and making them, and judging when you should just build something by hand versus do it in a blueprint. But you only get better by doing. It's one of the reasons that even though I share my blueprints, I really encourage everybody to make their own. You know, look at mine as, hey, that kind of matches. You know, look at mine as a template, right? But make your own, because that's how you get better. What are we gonna do for this side, guys? Plutonium. I've actually never done nuclear in this game. Oh, hold on, guys. My little thing is done. My little task. I just need 1 second. Just 1 second. All right, it's good for now, but I'll have to still deal with it. I'm thinking we do a foundation wall, maybe some glass. Windowed walls for the factory. You are by on the corner. How did you make those blueprints? Are those small pillars? Maybe those are beams. The windowed walls. Yes. Now I'm cheating here. Look, these are at an angle. Right? Do you see? Look at the difference. That's straight up and down. Right? This is straight up and down, but this is at an angle. Glass walls do not lean. How did I get this to lean at exactly the angle to make the shard? Well, look. They don't lean. They are straight up and down. It's just that each pane is slightly offset, right? And then the next one is offset in a little bit, and the next one's offset in, and so forth. Okay. And then I hide that with the beams. He cheated. That's how. Shut up, Cube Wave. But this is what that blueprint looks like. By the way, this was very difficult to design. I really struggled. If you go back, I hit a hard wall, like mentally. This was really difficult for me to figure out how to do this. The shard, of all the buildings I built, the shard is the most difficult. It's not really even that close. The next one I would say is probably my Kin Towers. This curvature right there is insane. When you stop to think about the curvature of that, here, I'll show you. Sorry, I blinded you. All right, so I've got a cylinder on that one. Okay, so top down looks like this, right? And then on the side, a cylinder looks like this. Okay, so this is top down and this is side view. I cut a cylinder like this. So from the top, it kind of looks like this because it's missing the slice. The trick is this curve right there. Okay, because it swings down. If you look at the front, it looks like this. This curve was crazy because it's what is that, a parabola? I don't know, but the rate of changes it was insane. That one curve though is still nothing compared to the entire nastiness that was the shard. It looks flat. Yeah, it turned out really well. I used the same trick over here. See that lean? I used the same trick. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to blast your eyes. The conical part of the top at Kin Towers wasn't easy, but that curvature cut was harder. Hydrate? Yeah, we'll see. I don't know why I put a bunch of redeems on my channel that tells me what to do, because I hate being told what to do. My gut, my animal brain reaction to being told what to do is F off. I have to control it. But yeah, that's how this works. I made this tiny little gap over and over and over and over and over again. Posture check. Posture check. I'll check your posture. All right, what are we gonna do here, guys? Oh my god. Now they're on it. Oh shit. Historian. Hey, man. Mikey's here. The world grid is for pussies. The world grid is. I'm thinking we need to like actually put a finish on this edge. I think I need a new blueprint. Where's the edge? City edge, purple wall. I think we need to reuse this. Goth Roomba, welcome. Everybody's chatty tonight. I like when you guys are chatty. All right, this gives us an edge. Ooh, but that's dark on that side. Gross. All right, what if instead go here? What else do we have in our toolbox? I thought I had another city edge. Gothram, glad to see you're actually able to catch a stream after seeing my shorts for eternity. That sounds like a terrible hell. Seeing my shorts for eternity. Let's go look. Let's drive there. Actually, let's take a teleporter there. It'll be faster. I mean, that's why we have teleporters after all, right? Lena! Have a good night. It actually probably would have been about the same amount of time to just drive over here. All right, here's what we do. We make a teal version of the double. Actually, we make it a... Because basically, we're teal on top, and then double purple, and then a light purple on the bottom. Now, in this case, the top is the top edge of a wall for a road. but, and then we have no edge here, and we'll continue that. But we'll make that split up be teal. That's what we'll do. And we'll do a single. We'll do a single row. Now it's been entertaining. Good. We put out about one short a day. Almost every day we put a short out. Me and my daughter. She does most of the editing. And I just kind of finalize the shorts and get them up. The shard. The shard. The shard. Wonder how many objects I got? A lot. Alright, let's knock out this blueprint. Dude, I watched the new Running Man. It is not a good movie. But also, I didn't hate it. It's ugly as shit. Both things are true. I like the first half better. All right. Let's build over here. Yeah, it's not great. It's on Amazon Prime. No, Arnold is not in it. All right, let's chop out what we don't need. Okay, copy. Okay. Just like that. Blueprints don't have to be complicated, guys. They do not have to be complicated. A cube, I haven't tested. I don't know. I haven't abandoned it. There is somewhere between did Real Simple Science 2 work and me immediately abandoning the idea. There is something between those two extremes, sir. Sorry, I broke my rule. told you it's been a long day. All right. That's what that one looks like. Okay. Now what? We got the edge. That's not bad. It's not bad. Simcopter. Hey, construction, how's Satisfactory going? It's coming along. It is. Did my thing finish? Hold on. Sorry. I just have to do this thing. Okay. Still a little bit more to go, but we're getting there. I don't know. What do you guys think? And if we really want to get scrappy, we could make this into a blueprint. I don't think I will, though. Because we can zoop signs now. This is actually... I went for a walk today. Out in the world. Always a mistake. I don't want to do that. Mistake. Damn allergies. People. Places, things. I wish you could zoop signs with offsets. I know. Then I could, yeah. Me too. It would make it far more useful for me. This is actually a place where I can zoop them. This is actually the first time I've zooped signs. Because I won't see the lines. Blueprint mode's a little finicky because I got a lot of blueprints. So it doesn't know which one to match off of. Yeah, you load it up and test it on my save. Nice. Yeah, I just haven't had a chance. I got about a gabillion things always running. Like right now. I think that's the last time I need to touch that. Can we do better? Yep. Companion stripe down the middle here, or would that just be too much? Three and a half. It looks like the right amount to me. You know, the game was fully frozen when Alt F4 won't close it. Hey, Hephaestus. Twiz Sheep, what's the plan for today? Working on these edges. Trying to finish up the subway here. That is wrong. Boop. Boop. That is right. Their name is Hepatitis. I got the name right. I'm doing well. I am. All right, there's a... I mean, I guess the side isn't done. It's not bad. How do we close off this? Yeah, okay. Okay. Little something I like. Like this. New. Is that truly seamless? Nope, it's close. All right, let's simplify. Let's get rid of these. Rebuild. It's not right. It's not gonna work. I need the lower. Let's try this. Hey, Jade Sanctuary. Is that the money shot? That perfectly seamless. There we go. All right, I won't do that. I won't. Okay. Now, where did I make these? What are these called? New Blueprint 77. You guys like my naming on this? I think it's a real winner. Sorry, I keep getting distracted. I hate having something going while I'm streaming. New Blueprint 77. Is that right? Yep. All right, everybody. Let's load New Blueprint 77. Where are you? Oh, you're right here. New Blueprint 77A. It's really, really good naming conventions here. No! Why are you diagonaling? Gets the job done. Gets the job done. 78 will be a banger. Yeah. Max, what did you miss? Your dog made a big mess when I was away cleaning up. P.S. Does anyone want a dog? He is free with shipping. The mod is crazy. Seems to be lower. It looks like shit. $78 better be a banger after this. Dude, with the diagonal again. I'm gonna lose my mind. Done this before, and I want to continue the pattern. I mean, we did it right here. We clipped in. That means we have to get rid of this, I think, because it looks like garbaggio. Or we ride the edge. No, it should match. And that's not bad. What's up with the coloring? Is it just a shadow or something? Yeah, it's like shadow. Yeah, it's fine. It's a reflection. One second. Sorry, guys. Just give me a second. Hold on. Okay. Okay. I don't know. I just don't know. This isn't sparking joy. Pillar time? What do you mean? Look at what where am I gonna put the pillar, Cube? You tell me, where does the pillar go? Wait, you mean the big pillar? I mean a little pillar. I mean this pillar. Wow. Now I feel like an asshole. Because that's not the pillar that you were talking about. Different pillar. It's a good idea, though. Can we fake it? See, it's almost right. Do you see that? How do we fake it? Really close. How do we do it? We're almost there, boys. Up, down, left, right. I mean, it's page up, page down, up and down on the numpad, and then left and right. I'm so almost happy with this. I need a quarter of a nudge. How do I do it? There is a way to do this. Yeah, page up, page down. I've actually rebound that to scroll up and scroll down on my mouse. I'm getting bogged down. Can't get bogged down. In order to get the sign to orient to the beam, you have to build a pillar on the end of the beam and then get the sign to orient on the pillar. See? Oh my God, it's so close. I know how to do this Problem is, it's on an angle, right? Because it's this trick right here, right? I keep trying to do it and I keep failing. Because when I do this, I could do it if it was straight. Catwalks. It's the wrong angle, unfortunately. It's a good idea, though. Sorry, 1 second. God, I think I'm done with that bullshit. I wish it just locked in with the beam. I would like the idea of the light following the All right, we can do this. We can do this. I will do this. It's too late now. I'm pissed. Is that enough of a difference? Nope. Too much. I recreated exactly a half nudge. Now we're talking. Look, I scooched it in a quarter nudge. I'm just recreating it up here. And then I'll nudge it down. Is this worth it? Who can say? Close. Doesn't have the little stripey. All right, we're letting it all go. I tried. We experimented, we learned some things, and I'm not happy with it. So we're gonna go lightless. That looks good over the window. Come on. Give me the last spot. There it is. Get in there, you furry oaf. All right, let's just find a little bit better color for this to match it just a little bit better. Ooh, unpainted is better. Carbon steel. I think that's our boy. That looks good. We're gonna stick with that. Lepto, how's it going? Let me catch up on chat. What is TBD to be determined? Like I said, that's been to be determined for 3 years. I'm gonna be overhauling it. That to be determined is almost determined. We are very close to determined. Okay, you look forward to me building mega factories in the Dune Desert? Yeah. We should be getting that soon. If, I can decide on things like windows. Eyes are bothering me. Sorry. It's been a distracting evening. All right. It's not bad. Well, VIPs. I have to see. I think it's related to the tier, the dollar tier. VIP is a thing that I handed out. I don't know. I think Twitch. I don't know what I can take from VIPs and move it to anything else, right? It's still whatever the VIP is on Twitch. If that makes sense. How the hell does my computer not crash with all that stuff? Well, the game is pretty optimized. I mean, even with not a crazy good computer, I mean, CubeWave, you're running this pretty well with a... Let's do this. 3080 Ti, right? Little bit of sign zoo. So, you know, my good computer helps, but it's not the whole story. It was a 3060. Now you got a 5060 Ti. You ran it on the 3060 though, and it still ran, right? Gotta go break my own rule again. We have a color problem here. Well, that was before 1.2, right? That was under 1.1. I did my Star Wars save on a 3080 Ti. It's pretty good for how much it was. We got really far with it. By the way, I did open the Star Wars save when I got the 5090, and it was better, but the majority of how much better the Star Wars save is compared, you know, when I load it now versus back in update 8, it's actually not my computer that is the biggest differentiator, the better computer that I have from then. It is actually the better optimization. So just you know, something to noodle. .3060 can run it. It's just choppy. Well, and like I said, I'm pushing things here. So it is what it is. Great engine. Well, it gets better every update, it seems. I didn't get my Red Bull because I have to get him to go to work in the morning. I might go to bed. I got work in the morning. You're wearing your old work t-shirt. We sort out the recycling. That's not part of it, but it's still very important. optimization mod. Again, I'm not sure if you need a mod, but I think they've done a pretty decent job of optimizing. What happened to the lights? Oh. I killed them. There's a way to do this. How should I do it? Kind of works. Gross. What if we end it? What if we end it there? Yeah, that's the solution. Got it, baby. Only took me forever. Using factory carts to load your limestone, your concrete factory. Gross. Ray, hey, how's it going? Not the engine. Unreal Engine 5 sucks for optimization. Well, I think they've done a it's more optimized now than it was in Unreal Engine 4. But, you know, I can't speak for the technical details. All I can tell you is experience-wise, I've had no problems with Unreal Engine 5. I love Lumen. My city would not look the way it is in Unreal Engine 4. So, I'm not, you know, of course it's probably not perfect, but I'm glad they made the switch to update Engine 5 or Unreal Engine 5, that's for sure. Can you know that Coffee Stain was working on a powered floor system where you power the floor tiles and power all the machines above it? It was never added. Well, Star Rupture works that way, as you know. I don't mind the wire setup that we have. I think it makes sense. I like it. Especially now that you can daisy chain. Let's go unpainted. Hey, there goes the little car. Hey, buddy. I mean, that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that, frankly. All right, let's finish this edge. This is the whole point in doing this. We needed to figure out what this edge was. Really? Let me fix these. All right, let's see if this lined it up. Get the extra shit out of here. Yeah, I think this is gonna do nicely. What a mess. I don't know why it built 2 extra. The ultimate of fat fingers. Ray, fun fact. This week effing sucked. Bro, I'm with you. You're off though, right? Just give me a second. Shed a micro tear. Kill this. Kill this. split days. So you don't have a weekend, you have 2 one-dayers. That sounds horrific. That'll work. Your alternator went out too. Yikes. Been there. I've replaced many an alternator. All on Ford Aerostars. Like, I don't know what year. Here, let's look. Oh my god. Oh. Guys, this. I can't tell you the visceral emotional reaction I got by seeing this. Where's the brown one? '96, 97. It was this style right here. Mostly those for the work vans. And then the one that we had as a family car was like this one, this 93. Brown. My dad bought all the same cars so that we all had the same parts. The business trucks and the personal car was a Ford Aerostar. Good or bad? Ooh, complex. How about complex? How about that? Hey, these are off by 1. What is going on here? I just redid this. This is some serious bullshit. Damn it. Waste of time. Means it's gonna meet up over here better. That's why I wasn't meeting up right. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Finish building. Well, at least in my head, that was the reason. Kia Sedona 2012. What did I do the most on that car? I think the most on that car I did was the water pump. I swear I did a water pump on each car like once every 2 years. I could probably do a change out a water pump on a Ford Aerostar blindfold. Even 20 years later. I think this will work. Stop it right there. We start it right here, and then we gotta make it meet in the middle. How do we get this locked in? Okay, we have to go wall to wall on this. Wall is the common denominator. Now it should fit. And the reason is because they're designed for snap points on walls and vice versa. All we have to do is the diagonal. Actually, the diagonal is not going to be that hard, really. Just steal it from the design above. Not design, but the angle. Let's see. So we get a wall. All right. Gotta cut all this shit out. All right, that should do it. Okay, that's directed onto that one, and then we will cut this and tell this one. Do that. You feel like we should be able to put power shards in our trains to make them faster. I disagree. I mean, you know, it'd be fun from a you know, having fun perspective, but I don't know, maybe put like a bunch in. Maybe if they consumed. What if they like had their own like consumption, like a booster? Maybe. Where were we? Yep. And we're gonna have to keep all these. You'd rather have more trains than less with power shards? It depends. Can you hear the slug screaming as the train rips by you at super speed? Because if not, I think I'm out. I mean, that's great. Really happy with this. I forgot there was another light under here. Oh, bro. I mean, I guess it's fine, right? Because the light's right here. Most of the rest of them should have lights. Come on. There we go. Let's take a look. Let us take a look. I mean, the obvious problem is, right, the bottom one is brighter, but kind of have to see how it looks all zoomed out, you know? trying to decide. Yeah, I mean, I think this is fine for now. I don't want to get bogged down putting in all those walls right now. I was going to try to finish the subway, but I don't. Frustrated because we got almost 100 people watching, which I really appreciate. I'm not frustrated about that. I'm frustrated with the fact that I'm having some problem with my eye allergies. Let's try to do a little more. Let's fix this up. Let's see if we can get this corner truly done. There is the edge. This comes in like this. Actually, it's there and there. And then we need a piece. No, not that piece. Wrong lever, crunk. This piece. That's the upside down piece. I don't know what happened. Let's turn the lights back on. And you know what else? I never liked your spinach puffs. Even this is wrong. Missing the piece I need. Frustrated. Okay. Because this is square here. All right. Is it every other one? I think we just trade off. I wish it was there. That radial menu. So really what we're looking at is an alternating set between those two. On both sides. It's a double. Cubewave, how did you make the colored glass again? Yeah, I put signs behind it. Let me guess, there's a huge waterfall coming off. Well, there should be with all the rain, but yeah. It wouldn't be over here anyway. It'd be downstream. It'd be towards the rocket fuel plant. That's really good civics planning. The rocket fuel plant on a runoff pool, basically. Here we go. All right, so now we should be able to put these rubber bad boys. Why isn't this working? Because I need, what do I need? This. That is, of course that's too deep. I need the 1 meter. Be a pain. I wonder if I make a blueprint just for diagonals. I think it's fine. Hey, the rain has stopped. Yay, I'm a llama again. See, this goes here. Yes. That shape is right, because then we can do this. Be helpful if I got the right tool for the job. Yes, we were both quoting Emperor's New Groove. Oh, so are you. Clearly. I'm on my I'm on the edge. Clearly. You absolutely were, and I see what happened there. We're just gonna do the top half for now. Stop it. Okay. Then we just need this. And then we need a little bit of backfill. We need our blueprint. It goes here. So I have to do all the undersides. More rounds. Will you please go where I want you to go? Thank you. Probably as far as I want to push this tonight. I wanted to get the whole thing in, but beggars, choosers, and all that. The triple pane windows, I know they're so good. They're so good. Faust, saw your YouTube videos. That city's impressive as hell. Well, I'm in it. And the signs are broken. I gotta fix those. But Arasaka Tower is done. Depending on what short you saw, I started talking about how I was going to do it. And the entire factory is done. The game's done, really. We're just fiddling before we say goodbye to this little save. Little being the operative word. All right. Stand in the corner. Calm down. Thinking. I think we go thirds. I always forget how tiny the Pioneer is until I leave the camera. All right, I've got to call it early. I'm sorry. I do. I've been trying to make it work, and had a long day today. It's catching up with me. I hate to have short streams like this. I try to go for a minimum of 4 hours, and but that's okay. We got a little bit done, not as much as I wanted. Friday, we're going to be back at it. Okay, we only got a 3-hour stream in, which feels like a failure, but we still got some things done. About 186. Kind of low on content. I know, I'm sorry. But I'll see you guys on Friday, same time. YouTube, you're still here. If you're awake, like the VOD, please. I would really appreciate it. And then Twitch, we're going to find somebody to raid. And we'll see you on the next one. Oh, yeah, Friday night. We're going to keep at it. Not going anywhere. Well, I mean, I am going somewhere. I'm logging off for the night. But, you know what I mean. Let's find somebody to raid. Anybody that I know. Nobody that I know is playing Satisfactory. Keep looking. Or at least nobody that's rated me. I don't know who that is. And let's get English. Freaking Bits' 24-hour channel is on right now. He has a lot of viewers for a 24-hour channel. Do you like Ader Phasma? Looks like they're on break. What do we got here? I mean, listen to him talk. Looks like he's on break. We're gonna try this guy. He's handcrafting. All right, guys, appreciate it. Sorry for the short stream, especially after having to cancel last weekend. I will see you guys in just a couple of days. Friday night, we'll hit it hard. I will see you then.